Hoy les vamos a mostrar el proceso y huertas de duraznos con el mero Darron Hatch aquí de Chihuahua. Entonces, ahorita te voy a preguntar algunas cosas de los duraznos porque yo no conozco mucho de los duraznos.
Todas.
¿Está bien?
A todas.
Está bien. Pues aquí andamos con Darron Hatch.
Sí me gusta.
Así. Estamos en Chihuahua. Hoy nos va a mostrar pues los duraznos. Nos va a enseñar todo el proceso de duraznos. ¿Y qué más?
Eso es todo.
Eso es todo. Pues vámonos. You can grow peaches in Mexico, baby. We're here in Chihuahua with my boy Darron. He's going to teach us all about the
About
peach
peaches.
business.
We do grow them in Chihuahua, so that's a start.
People don't believe us. They probably don't think we're in Chihuahua right now.
No.
Pues aquí
We're in
estamos en
Georgia,
Chihuahua, ¿verdad? A ver tu
Chihuahua
español.
Primero, mira.
Nacido en
Chihuahua. Chihuahua.
And so today we're going to teach you where peaches come from, what the process is. These are beautiful. Look at them. Beautiful. All right. Let's go check it out, baby.
Okay, sounds good.
Les vamos a mostrar el proceso y huertas de duraznos con el mero Darron Hatch aquí de Chihuahua. El mero. Bueno, pues es mi compa de toda la vida, Darron Hatch, y ahorita estamos en las huertas de él. Aquí, ¿dónde estamos?
Estamos en Colonia Juárez, Chihuahua, México. Está como a 2 horas y media de la frontera de Estados Unidos.
Una colonia hermosa.
Está bonito.
Entonces aquí tienes duraznos. Te voy a preguntar algunas cosas de los duraznos porque yo no conozco mucho de
Muy
los
bien.
duraznos.
A todas.
¿Está bien?
A todas.
Está bien. Bueno, esos árboles, ¿cuántos años tienen esos árboles?
Ok, este rancho es un rancho nuevo. Lo desmontamos, empezamos a sembrar duraznos aquí. Estos árboles de aquí tienen como 5 años, entonces apenas están pegando la producción buena. De aquí a como 12 años es la producción, pero buena. Ya de ahí pueden aguantar más tiempo, pero ya baja la producción y poco a poco se enferman y tienes que replantarlas.
Entonces, de 3 años a 12 años, ese es cuando está en su producción.
Sí, producción empieza como el 3er año, pero es muy mínimo la producción y luego como años 5 o 6 ya están como en buena producción como estas.
Ok. Y entonces, ¿qué sistema de riego?
Aquí tenemos 2 sistemas de riego. Para iniciar pusimos goteo y luego aquí tenía goteo. Antes pusimos la línea cuando los plantamos. Y luego después, como en el 3er año, venimos y pusimos el sprinkler, el aspersor. Y para que el agua, con el goteo, pues puede caer nomás el agua en el arbolito para que se mantenga vivo, ¿verdad? Y luego ya, después de un rato, funcionan mejor los aspersores para que los raíces salgan. Este tipo de riego se usa porque aquí en esta zona, en la primavera, cuando están los florecitos, esos son duraznos y se hela mucho aquí, entonces para proteger la cosecha tenemos que prender los aspersores, se prenden, se calienta el aire en la noche y ya no se enfrían y no se helan los duraznitos o los florecitos. Porque
es el mayor riesgo de los duraznos, ¿verdad? Pues las heladas.
Sí, aquí en esta zona la mayoría de México no puede producir duraznos por el clima, ¿verdad? Aquí es una de las áreas que sí se pueden producir, pero se tienen que proteger durante la primavera cuando están en flores para que no se helen. Porque si se helan, ya no tienes nada de cosecha.
Y mucha gente no sabe eso porque dicen, es que están en México, no se helan, hay mucho calor, es muy caliente, pero no es cierto. El mayor riesgo de esa producción en duraznos son las heladas. Y también, pues, ¿qué es la segunda?
Granizo y luego mucha lluvia, se cae el hongo, empieza a crecer el hongo en los duraznos, pero la helada es lo primordial. Si puedes protegerlo de la helada, pues ya eso es lo más feo. Si se helan, pues ya no traes nada de cosecha. Pero aquí en el norte, como dices, muchos piensan que en México no hace frío. Ven aquí al norte, ¿verdad? Si nos toca una helada y hay que protegerlos.
Porque toda la gente piensa, pues es México, es pura playa, porque pues piensan que en su mente dicen, México es Cancún o México
pura playa, ¿no?
Sí, es una playa, pero aquí estamos en la Sierra Madre, y sí cae las heladas. Entonces, ¿y cuántas toneladas le da por hectárea los duraznos? Un producción más o menos.
Ok, entonces Por hectárea usualmente se rinde si tienes buena cosecha unos 50 cajones por hectárea y los cajones pesan como 400 kilos.
400
Haz
kilos.
el cálculo, yo ni sé el cálculo,
Okay.
pero como
Esos, los beans, cajones
son
este,
así como 3 pies y medio por 4 pies. Ahí los podemos ver al ratito, pero
entonces 50, cuando pegas 50 andas bien.
buena cosecha. Puedes ir más arriba y más bajo también si se helan, ¿verdad? Pero 50 es una buena producción.
Ah, perfecto. Pues sí está hermoso. A mí me gusta pues andar en las huertas por la sombra, porque yo he acostumbrado de cebolla, chiles, siempre con mucho sol, y aquí a gustote.
En la sombra, tomar la siesta y mira.
Ándale.
A ver, ¿qué es mejor? ¿Los duraznos o las mijas? A ver qué
Pues las mijas, claro que sí.
Pruébalo, verás.
Pero se van a poner celosas las mijas.
Eso es de seguro.
No muestres ese video las mijas. A ver.
Mira, no me digas.
No digas nada las mijas,
No,
pero
secreto,
ese sí
secreto.
tiene mi corazón.
Mira, aprobado por el Vikingo. Las buenas. Mejor que las mijas, ¿verdad?
Ya me voy porque las mijas se van a enojar, pero están preciosas, jugosos, llenos de sabor. Eso con amor, ¿no?
Simón.
Puro durazno de Chihuahua.
Simón.
Dang, those are good. So, you mean to tell me you were born and raised here in Chihuahua doing this?
Believe it or not, I was born and raised here. I grew up working on the farm, working in these type of orchards. Not this one. This is a newer orchard, but yeah.
Wow.
Just like you.
Yeah?
Raised
Oh, just like me. But
I knew you. Wait, don't I know you from the kids?
I was just doing the chilies, well, mainly chilies, and so you're the peach guy, and these are beautiful trees. So right now you guys are harvesting.
Yeah, so we're harvesting this variety right now. We usually plant about 4 hectares per variety, 4 to 5 hectares. That way they come off at different times of the year, so you don't have them all kind of like onion, where you got to kind of space it out and whatnot. And so this variety is called Z Lady.
Z Lady?
Z Lady.
That's a pretty name.
Yeah, they all have pretty names.
Oh yeah.
But so this is a nice red peach. We got like yellow peaches. They all vary on the variety.
So you got red peach. When it's fully mature, you got red peaches, yellow peaches.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it varies depending on the variety. Some are like your super red. Some are like some people have white peaches. We don't have any, but a lot of people grow white flesh peaches.
What?
Not the outside.
That's news
like,
to me.
Yeah, the inside. You know, the typical peach is yellow. They have white flesh peaches too. So it just depends on the variety. So like if you go to the grocery store and you get like a yellower peach, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's a different variety.
Oh, okay. I learned something new.
Yeah, so we harvest these. You kind of have to pick them early before they're fully mature, because we got to pack them, ship them across the country, and so then they mature and they get more sweet along the way. And so right now it's kind of, if you're picking right, it's kind of hard to find something that's really soft and like juicy, right? Because that means it's overripe, which is the good ones. But the way we harvest them, you got to pick them a little early, and then throughout the process of shipping and everything, they mature, and then they show up to the market more sweet.
So like picking a juicier one right now is like great to eat today or within the next few days.
That is for business, yeah.
But not good for business, because by the time you ship to, where do you ship? Where's the longest place? All over Mexico.
Yeah, clear down southern Mexico, all the Walmart, Sorianas, Al Super, just any major chain is where you'll find our peaches.
So you got these peaches all over Mexico.
Yep.
All right, and so right now, teach me how to harvest.
Okay, so essentially it depends on the variety, so you got to have a really experienced crew, because it depends on what the variety is supposed to look like will depend on how you pick it. So this is a really red peach, so a lot of these aren't even picked yet, because it doesn't have the proper size, and it's got to be like fully red, right? And so it really depends on the variety. So your team's got to really know, and you got to keep a good eye on them, not to pick them too early or overripe. So it just depends on the variety. This is a really red variety, so as you can see, a lot of these are left on the trees. We'll come by in 2 or 3 days and do another picking, and we'll get the ones that have riped. But yeah, a lot of these need a little size. That's kind of small, but it's nice and red. But we leave it on a couple more days, and the last couple days is where a lot of the growth comes, kind of like that one. You want it about that size.
So this one would be ready to harvest. Yeah. Okay, so you want about this size, and you want it to turn red?
This variety, yes.
This variety,
Yeah.
the Z ladies.
Z ladies.
Z ladies, baby. Get your Z ladies, baby. I like that. I don't know why. You hooked me with the name. And so, all right. So you wait for this size, turn red, pick. You don't want too mushy. What do you do with the mushy ones? Local market?
So in the processing plant that I'll show you later, they have all the system that kicks all the bad fruit out. And so it goes through a thorough process before it gets packed. And then they all get packed depending on size and shape and defects and everything and shipped to different markets.
Nice.
And then most of the people that are harvesting, these trees aren't that old, so they're not that tall, but they need the ladder to reach the top. The Vikingo, he's a little taller. I don't think he'll need the ladder, but...
Dang, this is a nice view up here, man. Hey, what's up, girl?
What's up?
You can holler at your ladies from up here too while you're working. Wow.
Are peaches feminine too?
Huh? Yeah, we got to come up with a nickname. So far, Darren's come up with Las Buenas. Because my onions are Las Mijas, my chilies are Los Mijos, my cotton, Las Abuelas. And we're thinking Las Buenas.
We'll let you know.
Las Preciosas, Las Cardis, Nickies.
They're definitely feminine though?
Like a J-Lo.
Yeah, they're
Right, for sure.
they're feminine, yeah.
Right?
I would say these are very feminine.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, think
there's an
about the
emoji.
Yeah.
And
what
I
do
don't
people
think,
use it for?
I don't think they're meaning peaches all the time with that emoji.
Exactly.
But
You don't think so?
We'll give it a new name.
I always thought it was a peach, you know?
So I was like, hey, nice peaches.
Yeah, I just saw it.
When I was texting you, you just...
That's what I thought.
So yeah, that's the harvest. So you got to get up to the right size. You want them red, depending on the variety.
Yeah.
These are loaded. Is this typical?
Yeah,
like
this
these
is
are
a good.
loaded.
We didn't lose any crop this spring with the frost protection. So this is basically a full crop.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Because
Not
it's
always
not
like this.
It's not the easiest business to be part of. I would say high risk, high reward business, correct?
Yeah. You have years you lose it all, years that it does really well. The market price tends to fluctuate, kind of like with onions and stuff. So it just really depends on how much production there is and what the quality looks like. So,
which takes a lot of experience, because there are a lot of people that always ask me, they want to get into onions or chilies, or in your case, I get into peaches, and maybe they think it might be easy.
Yeah.
But understanding the quality,
Yeah.
when to harvest, what varieties, you have to have experience.
And it's a long-term investment. Like I say, your first several years you won't harvest anything. So year 3, 4, you start to get a little production off the trees, and then so it takes a long time to recoup your investment. It's not like a 1-year crop or anything like that. It's a long-term play.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even have patience for that, man. Because I'm an onion chili grower, so I plant it and then I harvest the same year, and you're waiting 3 years. Dang.
That's just to start getting production. To break even, you're talking 6 years, 8 years, somewhere in that range.
Oh my.
Yeah, if you have to purchase the land and then put all the investment in to recoup your investment, you're talking, it's a while.
I'm going to
But then
leave
they
this
land for a
business to you. I'm going to leave it to the expert.
Then they last for a long time, so that's the benefit, right? These trees will last, I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 20 years is what most people leave them in.
So this is your retirement fund. Más o menos.
Yeah.
If everything goes well. All right, let's go check out some other parts of the orchard.
Okay.
Pues aquí ando con el mero mundo. Nuestras familias tienen mucha historia, ¿verdad? Mundo ariano. Los arianos son personas muy buenos, ¿verdad?
Muy trabajadores todos.
Sí. ¿Y qué nos cuenta de los duraznos?
No, pues es un proceso largo que hay que cuidarlos mucho para que sean buenos.
Sí.
¿verdad?
Y mucha paciencia,
Mucha
¿verdad?
paciencia, la gente que nos ayuda
Sí.
a cuidarlos, a piscarlos. Eso es lo bueno, lo importante.
Porque lo que veo aquí es, aquí en la cosecha tienen mucho cuidado con el proceso, ¿verdad? No están dañadas.
No, hay que quitarlo dañado para que vaya puro bueno. ¿verdad?
¿Y cuántos años tienes en este cultivo de durazno?
Pues aquí con Darron ya tenemos que 6, 7 años, ¿verdad? Aquí,
En este rancho sí,
rancho,
pero ya llevas
pero
que...
pues, toda la vida en el campo.
Toda la vida en
la
campo.
vida en el campo.
¿Y su cultivo favorito?
Pues esto es bueno, y lo que era el chile también. Que
Chile.
Sembrábamos chile. también.
¿Sabes lo que me gusta de duraznos? La sombra.
La sombra, el calor.
Porque de niño, cuando yo andaba en las cardas,
Sí.
quitando hierbas, todo el día orando a Dios, ojalá, pues por favor que me pongan nube
Sí,
ahí
para
arriba.
el sol.
Y aquí ya tienen
Ya
la
tenemos
sombra.
la sombrita aquí porque cuando está el puro sol, ay, sale muy fregado.
Sí,
Tanto sol.
porque estamos en el desierto de Chihuahua, ¿verdad? Aunque no parezca.
Ya no
Estamos,
es desierto, ya tenemos muchos árboles, ¿verdad?
sí, aquí ya no es desierto con los árboles. Entonces, ¿y qué es lo que cuidas más en ese proceso?
Pues que no se golpeen, porque ya golpeándose ya no sirven. Hay que vaciar con cuidado,
Sí,
que no se estropeen, quitar todo lo malo, como estos que no sirven para el mercado. Esto no sirve.
ese
Entonces,
se puede hacer algo con ese,
se
como
hace
hacer un jugo.
Se hace jugo, lo apartamos, lo echamos en un cajón allá y lo llevamos para jugo, todo esto. Pero traemos los botes ahí para irlos echando a los botes. Y luego ya lo mandamos para jugo, para que no se pierda. ¿Ya? Hay que lograr todo lo que se pueda.
Sí, porque ese es bueno. Igual como en las cebollas y chiles, hay un cliente para todo, porque muchas cosas que no va al mercado, al supermercado, podemos usar para otra
No,
cosa.
Para el mercado tienen que ir bonitos, ¿verdad? No golpeados, que den buena presentación.
Pues usted sí sabe.
Entonces, poco, vamos aprendiendo cada día, ¿verdad?
Pues es como
Cada día se
agricultura.
aprende más.
Como yo tengo toda la vida en agricultura, todos los
Sí,
días
todos los
aprendo
días se
algo
aprende
nuevo.
algo. De toda la gente se aprende algo, ¿verdad?
Nunca se aburre, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Entonces, pues muchas gracias por enseñarnos
Aquí
y muchas
estamos,
gracias por
sí.
su trabajo y su obra.
Para eso andamos, para hacerlo bien, ¿verdad? Y que se haga bien el trabajo, para
Y-
que dé rendimiento. Pues.
Sí, y que sigue generaciones,
Va,
generaciones de
generaciones,
duraznos.
sí.
En,
Que ya vamos a plantar más árboles en otra tierra, ¿no, Darron?
Así es.
Sí, ¿verdad? Hay que cuidarlos bien para que se haga cosecha.
me vas a contactar porque
Sí.
ya no gustando ese huerta.
Sí, claro.
Tenemos mucho terreno para ti,
Sí.
Vikingo.
Sí, y me dejas comer algunos de esos por
Sí,
día.
uno ya coma, nomás no lleve.
No más necesito
coma,
duraznos
sí,
y
ya.
agua.
Aquí hay agua y durazno.
Y una cebolla,
Sí,
una mija, un
mica,
chile.
Sí.
Y con eso contento.
Con eso estamos felices para el almuerzo, ¿verdad?
Bueno, pues muchas gracias.
Estamos
por-
pronto.
sí, pues él me conoce desde chiquito, ¿verdad?
Sí, cómo no.
Y sus hermanos han trabajado conmigo ahí en Ascensión, en La Chona City.
Así es.
Bueno,
Primo.
bueno, pues muchas gracias
No hay
por
de qué, ahí estamos para servirles.
por cuidar esos duraznos.
Así es.
Pues a ver, ¿qué es eso, Darren? What is this? What is this presón, or in English, what is it called?
A pond.
A pond.
We only know the Spanish terms.
Why you got a pond up here,
This
bro?
is a pond. Most people use ponds strictly for irrigation. Here in Chihuahua, in the springtime when the buds are forming and we have blossoms, the peaches will freeze because it gets too cold at night. And so what we have to do is we have to have all this extra water to pump it out of here with our pumping station, and then we irrigate the whole thing at night when it's cold at night, and that maintains the air temperature a little higher because as the water freezes, it puts off heat and it keeps the temperature up. It's kind of hard to understand. It's like, it doesn't make sense, right? As it's freezing and you have ice forming, it actually raises the temperature. And so that's how we're able to frost protect our crop. We also light fires around the exterior with wood and stuff like that. And so the goal is to not let any of the peaches freeze. So that's why we have this. That's why it's empty right now. It's in the middle of the summer. We're not using it because it's only used for frost protection.
And that's why it's so big, because you have to have a bunch of water
Yeah.
to be able to. Frost comes within, I don't know, it can be
It's a
anywhere
short
from
window,
minutes
yeah.
to, it's a short window.
And typically when you're irrigating like we're used to, you irrigate a small section at a time, like
Yeah.
all the time. Here we gotta irrigate the whole thing at once, and so we need a ton of water. We use the well plus the pumping station, so you need a lot of volume of water to be able to water everything at once with high pressure.
Because I see it's a huge presón. That's what we're used to calling it here in Mexico, but a pond. And then you go into this pumping station. You got a diesel motor down there.
Motor down there, Cummings.
And it's got to be a Cummins, because if that thing doesn't start
Fires
up,
on you and it gives out in the middle of the night, you lose your whole crop. So
if that motor doesn't light up or start up, you're gonna lose. I don't even want to talk about how much money. We
don't
won't
like
even
to
talk
go there.
about that. But that's a pumping station. Then it goes into 12-inch, or is it a 10-inch
that's
pipe?
a 12-inch, and then I think it's 12. And then all those filters coming from the pond, it picks up a lot of stuff, so it goes through a full filtration system. Just
That
to make
is
sure
a
the
lot
pipes
of
don't-
filters.
Yeah, it's a lot. Gotta make sure it
Dang.
doesn't clog the sprinklers and stuff, so put it through a good filter system. And Yeah, you need a lot of pressure too. You got to throw a lot of volume of water, more than when you typically irrigate. So we got 25, 30 pounds pressure coming off on top of the well, coming off of the Cummins diesel engine. We're putting a lot of pressure on top of it so that, you know, it spreads quite a bit, the spray.
Yeah, and you have to have this filtration system whenever you have a drip irrigation. If not, it'll plug up and the sprinkler won't go off, or your drip tape emitters won't. They'll get plugged up, and so that's why you have so many filters. And this is just how it's such a, it all has to be so precise, because you can lose your whole crop within how long?
Oh, so we've had people that don't get up on time when it starts to freeze. Oof. And the little spaghetti nozzle freezes up real quick if you're not here in time. Oh, and then it all freezes and you can't put water on it and you lose your whole crop. So it's crucial. So we get up several degrees before it hits freezing temperature. We put water in it so that it doesn't freeze.
I bet you guys don't even sleep. Yeah. When you see a forecast and you're like, oh, the freeze is coming, I bet you don't even sleep.
Well, I have a partner that runs all this, so luckily I get a good night's sleep, but he doesn't sleep much at all.
Oh, so. Man, I can only imagine just the stress.
Yeah, you're monitoring the temperature all night, and you know.
Because when it's done, it's done.
It's done.
It's like me getting held on in my chili crop, or last year we got held on and it took, I think, 30 seconds to lose a lot of money. I won't even go into that, but it was a lot. And so this is so precise, and you probably have some alarm or something.
Yeah, we have alarms that at home they ring, and you know, weather apps and all kinds of stuff to make sure we wake up. We got buddy system where if somebody else wakes up, they call us. Like we got like 2 or 3 steps of layers of like making sure we wake up. So if one fails, then there's, you know, we don't miss it.
So farming ain't easy. So this high risk crop, it's a high reward, but you also got to remember the risk involved. There's a lot of people, they go for, oh man, I see the reward, but like you need to calculate your risk if you want to be in this in the long term.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. I learned something new, baby. First time in the Pakime.
So here is where all the trucks come from, straight from the orchard, and then they get unloaded. They check the quality there and then they unload them right up here, and then we'll go through the whole process.
So your truck will come in right here.
It'll pull up, they'll give it like a grade, they'll make sure that it's not like overripe or underripe, and kind of notify the growers if their fruit's coming in bad and stuff. Okay. So then they kind of give it a check and a grade, and then it pulls forward, and then they unload it, and we'll go through the whole process up here.
Nice. I've never been in a peach packing shed, packing plant, packing shed, packer. Pakime.
So we'll go up over here. So it goes up on these rails here, gets put here, and then goes through, that's what we call a hydro cooler. So it comes in from the field.
It's cool. All of a sudden it got cold.
Wait till we go in the cold rooms. So you can think of baño right there.
Un ice bath.
Right there.
Luego.
No.
Luego me meto ahí.
Really cold. Like I think they even have like, I believe, salt in it to keep it from freezing, but it's like super cold. Dang. The peaches come from the truck sitting in the field really hot, and then they want to cool them down as fast as they can, and then put them in the cold room. So they go through there. Maybe on a way out, they'll have one going through. So then they come out of the hydro cooler here and go straight into the cold room.
Oh, okay.
So it just come on the belt. There's a couple bins coming through right there.
All right, so you see the bins there getting chilled out, cooled out. Awesome. So you get a nice ice bath.
Nice ice bath. See, it's good for the
Las
body.
Buenas. Are we calling it Las Buenas?
Las Buenas.
Las Buenas? They're getting an ice bath to be bien buenotas. Watch out. Gotta watch out for the forklifts.
Don't get run over.
Sí está frío, ahora sí está frío.
En vez del ice bath cada día aquí, mejor.
Por eso son tan guapos, por la ice bath.
So anyhow, they come in here, we have several of these cold rooms. I think we have 8 cold rooms, I believe, 6 or 8. And then all these are stacks of bins that are gonna get processed. So keep them in here, keep it climate controlled, keep it nice and cool so they don't mature. And then we pull them out as we're gonna ship them.
Wow.
So like, for example, those ones with the red, the 500 with the green dot are ours.
Okay.
So each socio here has a different number on their bin, so you kind of know which ones are yours when they're getting processed and stuff. So we have several more rooms. They'll pack all these out every day and put them in boxes, and then we'll see the whole process.
Is this the main packer, the biggest packer in this region?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
in this region for sure. I don't know if elsewhere, but
Wow.
this is one of the only areas in Mexico that produces peaches, and so this is
For the climate.
Yeah.
For the climate and the elevation and everything. Wow. And it is cold. I'm getting nippy right now. I just got nippy. It is cold in here. That's a lot of peaches.
So as you can see, that's the guy we got ran into with the bins.
Oh yeah.
So then he puts it there. The machine picks them up, dunks them in the water.
Ooh, this is nice.
Takes all the peaches, start floating, and then we'll go down the line. So it's just the whole process of.
So they're taking the cold plunge right there in the water.
And it's a way to get them out of the bin without having to dump them, and so it's in water. And then we'll show you the whole process over this direction.
So las buenas are going for a swim.
Así es.
Hey, that's a cool machine.
Yeah, that's cool. Bañarse.
Bañarzem. See here, Darren and I, and a lot of us grew up speaking Spanglish, and so bañarzem is Spanish, English, and redneck. Because you got bañars to bathe, and then banarza, you ask the S for English, and then M, like you gotta get them, bañarzem. So yeah, that's your word for the day, bañarzem.
Mexican word of the day, right?
Yeah. They're taking a bath. Las buenas.
Then they go through this. On the other side, any really small peaches will fall through, and then they get spit on out on that belt on the other side. So we have, along the process, you'll see bins on the other side that are all the things that aren't good. That'll go to jugo, like we talked about earlier.
So whatever ones don't make it, they're going to be made into jugo, juice. So you're grading here.
Yeah. The whole thing is basically just getting filtering the bad ones, and then over here we'll go look at that in a minute, takes pictures, sorts them, all that stuff.
So they get selfies over there. We'll get to that in a sec.
Lots of selfies.
So the Las Buenas get selfies.
You know, we have manual people checking for defects and throwing things out, and then, you know, they get cleaned along the whole way. There's obviously mechanical sorting and getting out of defects, too small stuff, but then there's also manual people pulling things out that they see that are bad and stuff.
Quite the process. Now, wow, they're looking pretty now. Look at that. They're all showered up, ready to go to market. Las Buenas ya están listas para ir al mercado.
Al baile.
Al baile. Ya listo para el baile. Wow. So clean here. So clean. Fresh and clean. These guys are professionals.
This is the expensive stuff and the complicated stuff. So then they'll get all clean. They'll go through, so everything gets kicked off, and then the things that don't make it get put back in to make sure that they get checked again. But that machine right there, I believe, quote me, I'm not 100% sure, but last I think I heard it takes 60 pictures of each peach as it goes through.
What?
It takes thousands of pictures like every second, and then the machine basically finds defects, sizing, and then spits it all out on the line over here.
Just like social media, huh?
Yeah.
You take all these selfies, and then people like follow you or not. So all the ones that make it through, they got to follow on social media.
Yes. And then they got a filter put on them. And
they got a filter put on them, yeah.
As you can see, all the flashes.
Look at all the flashes in there. How many pictures it's got to take of these girls. Dang. Las Buenas son famosas.
So then they come out. The camera identifies where each peach is and what defects and what size it is, and then it gets followed along and spit off into different lanes depending on quality, size. We pack everything. You know, some buyers want the semi-selecto, which is stuff that has little defects on it. Some want premium, some want big peaches, some want little. So it all gets sorted and sized and packed accordingly.
Okay, so
that's the point of all the pictures and everything.
So from this lot of trees, it comes in, it all gets dumped out, and then it gets sorted depending on the client's need. That is put into the computer system, how they want it packed, and then it's sorted out and packed in all different presentations.
Yeah, so some of them will go in rejas, right? Some of them will go in boxes.
Rejas is crates,
yeah,
Spanglish. No, let's go. Spanglish is our thing, brother.
It is.
Rejas, crates. And your brand is Paquime.
Paquime, Grupo Paquime.
Grupo Paquime.
So if you're buying peaches, si compran duraznos en la tienda, it's gonna say Grupo Paquime, buy those ones.
Si quieren las buenas.
Las buenas.
Con Grupo Paquime. That's a commercial right
There
there.
you
Si quieren las buenas.
You'll kind of notice different sizing on like all the 7s or the 70s or the different sizes get sent there. It's advice all over. So it varies depending on each packing lady.
And if you notice on this, it knows where to drop.
See? Watch these ones get kicked off here. Boom.
Boom.
Not all those ones, and then it'll pick another one. Watch. There's another one.
So it knows exactly what weight, size, and then when it comes to that box, boom.
That's it.
So cool. So cool.
Over here you can see they got little scales. Each reja or each box has to be a certain weight, right? So then they fill it with as many as it takes to meet the weight of the box or whatever, and then they put it off, and then it gets packed over there, and they recheck it, and we'll go look at that. So anyhow, so these are the ones that like made it through. They'll do another check and either spin them back out, or those are like the contra de los de jugo, right? And then here, there's little weight stations where they'll check the weight, put the label on it. You know, has our little Paquime logo go on it. They'll put like a scan, like a QR, not a QR code, but a bar on it. They'll weigh it. They'll add peaches if it doesn't meet the weight exactly. And then over there, they put the thing, send it back into the cold room. See how it's going on back into the room.
So you get your final product, and then it goes back and chills out for a while.
So it goes into a room like we just went into initially. So another cold room with all its just boxes now. And then through that door is where they load all the trailer trucks out the back.
Wow.
And send them out.
How long can you store them? Nice and cold.
We try not to go past like 7 or 10 days.
Okay.
You can store them for a little while.
So they're coming in and
So
out.
like they'll come in here, and we kind of want to pack them between like as fast as you can. Obviously the better. But I usually don't like to go over like 7 to 10 days in the cold room. And then they get packed, they put back in, and then sent to market.
Wow.
So we don't like to have them in market in the cold rooms too long, because it's just they mature little by little, right? But then especially once they leave here, they go in a refrigerated trailer truck. But once they hit the market, then they'll mature really quick, like out on the shelf or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I say, really, when you get a peach from the store, the sweetness isn't that great. Like if you pick them like the one you ate earlier, straight from the tree, it's already right. Because we harvest them early to make sure they last the whole process, and so they're not quite like as sweet as if you grab one straight off the tree and eat it. So.
No, this is quite the process. So farming is not as simple as you may think. And so this is awesome to show the whole process, how it's grown, how it's harvested, how it's packed. It's all done with a lot of precision and a lot of love, baby. Hecho con amor, ¿no?
Así es.
Eso.
So yeah, that's essentially, other than the other cold room that has all the boxes, and then just loading the trailer truck. Like I say, there's lots of rooms just like this on that side. When the packer was bigger and we have more socios and more production, we use more of the rooms, but now we only use a couple rooms.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
So you need me to start growing.
Start growing peaches.
Can I grow las buenas?
Simón.
Oh, okay. Okay, gracias. No, I love it. I love this production. A lot of precision. Thanks for showing us around, man.
So if you see those boxes right there with Paquime in the grocery store, those are ours.
Watch, let's go see the label. Let's go check the label. So if you want las buenas, this is what they're going to look like. Paquime. And Grupo Paquime. Hey, you even got a phone number on there.
Simón, call us.
Buenotas, Chihuahua, Mexico. Yeah, so, and why they call it Paquime? You got to show them the story. What's the story of the Paquime?
Because aquí in this area, as we know, but there's an old native tribe that used to live here, and it was called Paquime. And so a lot of things in this area are called Paquime.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome, there's really cool ruins here in our Pueblo Mágico, Casas Grandes, that is named the Paquime from that tribe. And so if you're in No Casas Grandes, Chihuahua, you got to go check it out. There's a lot of history here. Las Buenotas de Darron.
Las demás son las buenas y esas son las buenotas.
Eso sí, no digas a los demás, pero esas son las buenotas de Darron Hatch. And if you guys want to follow Darron Hatch on social media, you're on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. maybe a little Twitter, or it's called X now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on that one, but
Not me neither.
all
Me
the
neither.
other ones.
But yeah, check him out on all social media if you're interested in peaches. Also land development. So he's a developer here in Casaраnes. And you got a Foringa.
Foringas,
Dang,
lots of
dude.
foringas. Those are all
Dang.
people's peaches coming in from the field.
All right.